All right. Any call that lets you in the door is a good call. You have no proof otherwise. So let me ask you a question. These are some of my favorites. And if you've taken this class before, don't give it away. So, somebody tell me what a bad call is. Tenant. So tenant-landlord type thing. Is that what you mean? Yeah. What's another bad call? One at a time. What?
Any call where you can't effectively communicate. Language barrier.
Language barrier. Okay. Okay. Hoarder.
Show me how to do it.
What's that?
Show me how to do it.
Show me how to do it. Okay. What's another bad call?
I have to be somewhere or do something in about 15 minutes.
Okay, so like a rushed call. They're not okay. No one home. What's that?
You got to give all your estimates and options over the phone.
Oh, the phone. Oh, so same thing. They're not home. Yeah. Now, are you saying they're not home and you can't get in the house, or are you just saying? But can you get it like they give you a garage door code or something, or you mean there's nobody answers the door? Okay. All right. Okay. What's another one? What's that? No money and bad credit. Okay.
Won't let you into the home.
Won't let you in, okay. They won't let you in the home because what you're looking at is outside, or they just literally won't let you in?
That or like, I mean, this is even like early stages of COVID and stuff.
Oh, that way, okay.
But still, yes, even times where, yeah, they want to just communicate and yeah, maybe it is just outside.
Okay.
But
Okay. So price shoppers just in general, I'm assuming? What's that? Oh, okay, okay.
almost the equivalent of WebMD, you know, they're their own technician doctors.
Yep. You guys are coming up with creative ones. What else is a bad call? I was waiting for that one. Warranty or callback?
Misinformation from dispatch.
Okay, bad info. What else is a bad call?
One where another technician from your company went there 2 months ago and did everything on the safety check.
Okay. I would have to know more about that, but.
Did you say like basically your other technician missed a crap ton of stuff on that?
Or sold everything. No, I'm saying sold everything and then they're calling back to get a light switch changed. And you can't do shit.
Yeah, they got everything in there.
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry, say it again.
I know you're going to see some other things, but I only need you to fix this.
Okay, just fix this? Okay. Oh, cattle call? Yeah. Yeah.
Never another electrician at the same time.
Cattle call is when like you have 3 or 4 people all come at the same time to give prices, or 2 or 3, whatever. Yeah. Okay, these are a lot of. There's one I think I didn't see on here with trailer houses. That usually comes up. We got rental. These are pretty close to the normal ones I hear. So now I'm going to ask you guys a question. Has anybody ever sold a good-sized job on a tenant-landlord situation? You have. Has anybody ever sold a big job on a job that there was a language barrier? Okay. Has anybody ever sold a big job at a hoarder house? Has anybody ever sold a big job to the customer who asked me how to do this? Has anybody sold a big job on a rushed call? How about if nobody was home? Now, if they won't let you in the door, obviously, probably not. But if it was one where they let you in the house and you called them, have you sold a big job on those? Yes? Okay. This is kind of the same phone call. Now, if they won't let you in the home, obviously you can't. Have you ever sold a big job to somebody that has no money and bad credit? Yeah. I have too. If they won't let you in the house, but you can look at something outside, have you sold a big job on those? Have you sold a big job to YouTubers? You see where I'm going with this? I bet you've sold big jobs on warranty calls, ones with bad info, just fix this, cattle call. So let me ask you guys a question. Why are these bad calls if you all just told me you sold big jobs in every one of these? What? That's the problem. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Anxiety is living in the future. Depression is living in the past. Anxiety is living in the future. Depression is living in the past. You guys are thinking about this in the past or the future? It's both. Because your past thing, you think something's going to happen. So you get a text on your software or whatever, it says, light's not working, tenant home, please call landlord with information. You're like, here we go again. They send me to all the landlord calls. That dispatcher, they hate me. You're living in the past because at one point you went to a house, they didn't buy anything, had a landlord and tenant. And you think in the future the same thing's going to happen.
That's where you're wrong.
Yeah, you need to live in the present. You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen on any one of these calls. So this was my point. My point is as long as they let you in the home, like somebody's home lets you in the home, as long as you can go in the home or they give you an opportunity to look at outside, it's not a bad call. But if you're driving there thinking it's a bad call, what's probably going to happen? It's going to be a bad call. Me and my wife's new saying we say to each other is, if you say so. So if you say, I'm going to a landlord, I'm sure they won't going to buy anything. If you say so. Probably what's going to happen. You're right. So we got to change our mindset. This goes into the same thing. You guys just gave me this whole list. I didn't give it to you. You told me all these were bad calls, but then you also told me you sold big things on every one of these. So they're not bad. You're just living in the past, which is making you think about something that's going to happen in the future. None of it you know. All right? So we got to stop that. One of the ones I seen on there were callbacks. Here's the thing about callbacks. When we get a page or whatever information sent to us that we're going back to a house, what does everybody think in their head driving to that house? What's that?
This sucks.
This sucks, but why does it suck? What's that?
Because it wasn't your fault. It was someone else's fault.
Yeah, but we usually have in our heads that we're not charging him anything.
Yeah, you're not making anything.
We're not making anything, we're not charging me anything. That's what we have in our heads. And usually it's a mindset and how we run the call. Because in reality, how many times is it our fault? I mean, sometimes it is, but it's pretty rare. It's usually not our fault. I would say at least 80 to 90% of the time it's not our fault.
Sometimes it's misinformation. You get there and they say it something that was done and it's not.
Exactly. But it's how we run the call. See, what happens is when we're on our way to these callbacks, we throw our process completely out the window. We walk in the house with our tools. What happened? Oh, that's not working. Okay, I'll take a look at it. You don't give any prices. You don't sell any diagnostic. You start ripping into things, and then you fix it, and you get to the point where like, well, I can't really charge them. No, I already fixed it. It wasn't our fault. I'll just let it go, and you leave. Isn't that what happens most of the time? So the customer just got a free service. We didn't make anything. No wonder you guys think they suck.
When it comes to callbacks, I generally go to every callback with telling the customer, we're going to look at it and we're going to check everything we did. We're going to make sure that it's nothing we did. And if we find out that it's nothing we did, you're going to be looking at a minimum of this diagnostic right here as the charges for today. Just to let you know what you're going to be getting into today, potentially.
That's great.
With that, I walk away from most callbacks with a minimum of a diagnostic charge.
That's great, and that's exactly what I'm going to teach. I'm glad you brought that up. That's exactly what you should do. Because let's think about this. What's the difference between a repair call and a callback? What's the difference? The only thing is we've been there before. That's it. That's the only difference. We've been there before. So you should run it exactly the same with just a few tweaks in there. And if you come into that mindset, like he said, you usually can at least get a diagnostic out of it. In fact, and then what if you had a bad part? Like you literally install the part and it was bad. Does your company pay you to change that out, or do you have to eat that? You do? Okay. A lot of companies will pay you something to do it because it's not your fault if the product went bad, but every company is a little bit different how they pay. But if your company does pay you to change out a bad part, you get paid for it. Most of the time, depends on how you're structured. But what I'm getting at is I kind of like callbacks. I'm pretty much going to get paid either way. I'm either getting paid from the customer, the company, or the manufacturer. It's kind of a freaking guarantee as long as I run it properly. So I want us to get through our heads that callbacks and warranty calls are not bad. They're just a repair call that we've been there before. That's it. That's it. Okay? So I'm glad somebody brought that up, and we'll get into that a little bit more when we start running through this, all right?